Hello, this is Lee. So I wanted to do follow up on that previous designing the ship video. So I'm hoping this will be about an hour. So here we have the top-down view that we came up with. Now, how do I want to design it. I want to draw it from the side, because from the side will give me... What's up, Carl? It's my kitty out there. He actually wants to be let out the door, but if I do that, he will almost instantly want to come back down here again, because he is terrified that he'll miss something. And it's warm down here, so I don't mind too much. It's warm upstairs too. So the ship at the original shape kind of does that. I'm just throwing on what I remember. So you've got this is the front two, they're like pincers really. Then that comes up to here, and then the actual shape of the original ship is sort of, well, let's make that a little longer. You're right, Carl. And then let's put it out to about here and about here. Here and here. So what have I done wrong? I've gone... That's not the same, because this line should look like this line. I'm not sure where I put my eraser. This will do the job. That's a little bit too steep. Maybe we'll come here and then there. That's a little better. So that's gone 1, 2, 3 there, and then one up. So 1, 2, 3 to there. So the purpose really of designing the next section in this way is looking at how the ship will look from the side, is it will help me understand something of what I want to look at in terms of the structure. Now I'm putting, see, there's the ship, and there's the gun and the other gun, and this, it comes out something like this. Don't kill me, I'm not trying to do it exactly right to the original. And that's where the cockpit is, and there's a port here, and what will happen is this comes down to about here. This is what I didn't do, so that's what that's more like it, because this is a docking port on the side of the ship. Yeah. So if I want to add another saucer section like that, do I want to go slightly up one? I mean, it would be more interesting, wouldn't it, to have it come up one section. 1, 2, let's see how far I can go on this piece of paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then to 16. So it can kind of it can go all the way up to here if I want it to, the final model I mean. Yeah, but let's do something interesting with the second saucer section, because I want it to look interesting. Maybe that's a bit too close, we'll see. Because at the moment this drawing is really just a proof of, it's what's called a proof of concept, to see whether or not I can make this design look something as how I want it. Well, the other one did that, so let's do that, and then we do this. What I'm trying to do is copy the shapes here, and then I will have an idea, a rough idea of what I can expect when I put the final model together. So that's through that's 3. Then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. So that section is kind of above the other one. But we were going to add a couple of, for want of a better word, exhaust ports. So let's look at those. At the moment, they are just going to look like that and hide the rest of it. And there is another one that I wanted to come out here-ish. And I don't know really about that bit yet, but that's the whole point of the design, is you can play around with bits of paper and you can decide how you want it, and if it isn't quite what you want, you can change it. Now, in my head, I'll explain to you what I'm thinking. In my head, I've got this concept. Right, go with me, just go with me on this. I want this other one, the other one to be kind of almost higher than the other. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. If I go here, that's like 2 spaces separate. Let's go one more. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Bigger and brasher we go at this point, the more room we give ourselves to play when we're actually making it, and we can yeah, because then we've got these exhaust point things coming out of here, and I've got another one here. Why it's like this, I don't know. There is something about the design of this particular ship that filled a need. Now, okay, let me do a pen drawing of this. So we want to go, let's put it in the middle there, do a pen drawing, and then I can talk more about what I'm thinking, and it will make more sense, hopefully, to me and you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that goes here. Yeah, so tomorrow I've got lunch with my friend Brian. Yeah, I don't destroy me in the comments, please, but Brian is someone who is deeply religious, and I thought I was, and I still am in my way, but people, church people, for want of a better word, have made me question certain aspects. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'm certainly not going to discuss it. But one of the results of my having an issue with the particular group is I stopped 1, 2, 3 there. I stopped being in contact with Brian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And I spoke to one of my other friends, and he said he didn't think, see, my concern is that if I just talk to these people again, they will just try to get me to see the error of my ways and try and go back. And I'm not going to do that, because experience has taught me that I don't personally deal well in church groups. Not going to say in groups, because I'm part of other groups and they're perfectly fine. I do still have my faith in Jesus. It's just more complicated than it used to be. Huh. No shit. And so I was concerned that he would try to convert me back to all of that, and I really don't want to go back. But my other friend said to me, well, he didn't think Brian would try and do that. Now, I'm pretty sure Brian will, bless him. But you know what? Independent of all the religious stuff, Brian is my friend. And he's like a brother to me, and I love him. He's a great guy. So I'm going to go for lunch with him tomorrow. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and we'll do lunch. Yeah. Anyway, so here is the drawing, the kind of drawing at this point. Now, what initially I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, okay, if this thing is stood up, if the thing is landed, it's going to need Now, looking at it, this section might need to move further beyond the image back so that it's broader and the whole thing weighs properly. But for now, that's good enough. I think this is something like a prison transport vessel. It has certain abilities in flight that don't that it's allowed to that allows it to travel in a certain way, whether it's fast or sneaky, I'm not sure. But so what I need to do now, I'm thinking about the next stage. Okay, so and I will endeavour to put a link to the gentleman's page, but there is a gentleman who did a design of how to do the Millennium Falcon from cardboard. And whilst I'm not copying him exactly, his designs are marvellous, and I will try to put a link to him because this guy is worth seeing. His ability to turn cardboard into something completely different, like a model, is just amazing. And my original pattern for the ship comes from him. So I've got this circle. This is on here just to show that this is it. Right now, so the weight of it is pressing down on here and up and down there. What I want to do initially is create a structure that is strong enough to hold these things up, because cardboard and glue are heavy. So I should really be using my compass, but unlike Adam from Mythbusters, I don't organise my desk quite as often as I probably should. Anyway, so this is my centre. I eventually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I eventually want that's not a circle, I know, but forgive me. I want on the other model we've got this, on the design we've got this. I want to have this section and anchor that to the middle, that down there, of the ship. So it's at this point that we think about the math involved in what I want to do. So I've got these two drawings. Let's keep to this one. So I want the diameter. I want the from that there. That's the diameter from one edge to one edge. Exactly opposite. 4 feet seems big to me. That would be like so 4 feet. Is 48 inches. Okay, so if I want it 4 feet across, what I can do, rather than have, I can include the middle section, and I'll show you what I mean. The 4 feet across, in my head, doesn't include this central disc. And if I don't include that central disc, it's going to take it out to about 5 feet. So I need if I go center disc equals 8 inches diameter, then that makes the other two sections 20 inches in diameter. What does that actually look like? Let me get my extended ruler. Right, so I don't know if you can see it from there, but this ruler is 36 inches, and that is huge. So that is unreasonable. It's way too big. 30 inches is better, but still pretty big. Bring it back to 24. Now, can I? Okay, so if I halve these numbers, realistically the model, I need to be able to get to it, get round it and things. If I can't manipulate it because it's too big, then I can't work on it. Now, instantly, 2 feet, which is 24, is actually probably okay. It feels a little bit too small for me, but I don't know whether or not I'm just being silly. So the center disc in that, if I follow the same measurement, is 4 inches in diameter, and the section from the edge of the center down to the edge of the ship, which is the disc that goes around the very outside, is 20 inches. So instantly I can start working out what I need for to make in terms of shapes. So I want, because I'm doing it twice, 2 discs, 4 inches in diameter, and I want to cut all these out for you, so I'm not doing that. I haven't done those yet. I want to try and do the whole thing, even the little nitty bits, the nitty gritty tiny bits, and you see that. Now, bring my thing back. Let's have a look at this. From here to here is 20 inches. Hello. Hi. Hello, Carl. How you doing, kitty? So, I love you too, kitty. What I want to do, following what my unbeknownst mentor, who does the designs, what he does is he does a central disc, then he does a larger disc, and he puts cardboard struts there and then cardboard struts there. Now, I did this before, so I know, without doing the math, that I need 7 of these and 13 of these. I can change that if I need to. It would make, I hear you sort of, why am I doing weird numbers? Part of the reason for doing weird numbers is that I don't create a square. If I do a 7 and a 13, then it's going to be more organic in how round it is. Because if I do 8, then you have 2 in one direction and you kind of create a square. And I know that's not an intention and it's possibly not going to be true, but that's something that I need to be aware of. Now, how tall? You see, in the original model, the original ship, this section is taller, raised above this. Now, in the original, it's actually, or similar to that. Yeah, so there's a step in the middle of where it's moving. Otherwise, I could just make this section the 4-inch diameter, and then pieces of cardboard to go around it at 90-degree angle to the disc, that are then glued on. I could just make them all the same size, but that's not true to the original. Now, so the first question I have to ask myself is what's the distance from here to here? And to be honest, I can play with it a little bit. You know, I'm guessing this, okay? I am absolutely guessing it. But it's probably best to be 2, but I'm actually going to go 3. So that is 3 inches. So because I want the measurement for, and I realise this is probably not making a lot of sense. I apologise, I'm just going through my process. I probably want, you can't see it from there, but there's a disc here that these 7 attach to, and it's not a disc, it's a tube. So I need a tube. Now I could sit and work out the math, but I'm really not going to bother. I don't care enough. It's horrible to say, but it's true. I'm going to make the 90-degree tube attached to central disc 3 inches is it too big? If I'm going, sorry folks, I'm trying to work out in my head what it's going to look like. 5 inches, yeah, it's going to go for 4 inches tall, and then that will, and I'll make various pieces, and that will glue around the central tube, or a central piece, and then we'll have a tube with the disc in the middle. So I need 2 of those because I have the 2 sections. Right, now from we go, where do we go? How did I do this? Yes, there we are. So we've got this point here, and then it curves down to here and then goes further out. This section is shorter than this section, and I've got 10 inches to work with. So if I make that, it's going to be too steep. If I do 10 inches to work with, which is that, if I do 3 and then 7, that's too much of a, I don't want it to be too pronounced, so it's going to be 4 inches from there. Now what happens is, I've got all sorts of bits of paper. Where is it? Where is it? It's here somewhere. These 7, so I want those 7 to be, so inner struts 2 times, because I need to remember I need to do that for both. They're going to be 3 inches long, and then tapering 4 inches to 3 inches. So that will need to be done, the tapering will need to be done on the top and the bottom, because these things are the same. You've got the same saucer shape top and bottom, plus the other one. Okay, then he, my unbeknownst mentor, puts a ring of cardboard around there. Now these no, what I need to do is put a ring of cardboard around the edge of those tapers, those struts. Now they are going to, when they meet, because that then gives it strength with all the different struts, and when the actual panels, as I'll show you, are put on the model, all these different struts are anchor points for gluing. Useful, very useful. All right. So I need middle tube, so that we have the same language as the one above. 2 times middle tube, And I'll write this all out so that you can see that I've actually worked this out, and I've got a certain that I actually have a working plan. If I can sit and cut all this cardboard out and have it ready, and then glue it, and we'll have the initial structural disc. So middle tube, 3 inches tall, make in 12-inch sections, for no other reason than because, to be honest, I could work it out again, but it really doesn't matter. If I don't do the whole thing at once, I can do sections and then go around again, reinforce it. Okay, so now we have the other tapering struts, outer struts. Right, so let's, hello Carl. Okay, so yes, I am left-handed. Cardboard to be cut. Two discs, because I've got the two discs, 4 inches in diameter. Two tubes to attach to central disc. Four inches tall times really, I mean 12 inches long. And the 12 inches long is really just a rough idea. If it's not measured out perfectly, it's fine. And in fact, it's probably better to not be, because it will be strengthened if I keep adding sections overlapping and things, so that's useful. 3 tubes. 2 tubes. Let's go for next to follow it, inner struts. Inner struts 3 inches long. Now, how many of these do I need? I need 2 of those, 2 of those. I need, we're doing it in 7, so that's 14, 14 times 3 times the 3 inch long. Okay, 14 long tapering, and I need to remember this bit, tapering 4 inches to 3 inches. Okay, so middle tube, 2 times middle tube, 3 inches tall, times 12 inches long. And again, 12 inches is just a guess. It just gives me that bit of an idea of how big a piece I'm going to be picking up to start cutting. That's the middle tube, and then outer struts. So the inner struts were 3 inches tall. So these are also going to be 3 inches tall. I need what, 21 middle tube, that's that bit. I'd be 1326 times 3 inches. And the thing is, I can always cut it again. I've got enough cardboard supplying here that I can, if I make a mistake with this or we don't like what we have, we can always cut it again. That's not a problem. Times 3 inches tall, and 3 inches tall, and it's going to be, the other struts were 3 inches long, so 3 inches tall times 7 inches long. I've changed that around, I apologise, just because I'm thinking out loud. And now outer ring 3, we want 2 times 3 inches tall times 12 inches, just because. Now, that's my order of what I need to do. So I need to cut out 2 discs, 2 tubes, 14, 2 tubes, 4 tubes, but I will do it as I go, piece by piece, and then I don't have make a mistake. What I like to do is cut them ahead of time, and when I do cut them, something that I will do whilst I'm putting them to help to give me strength, I don't know if you can see that in there, but I put these little L-shaped pieces. They will be all around the inside of this structure so that it helps the struts with anchoring, because the struts are going straight out, and that short edge there, that thin edge, is what is going to join the next ring. If I see, there's the outer ring and there's the strut, so let's go strut, ring. That particular connection is not very strong. However, if I add that, then that small connection becomes that whole connection. So at some point I will sit here and I will make, hello Carl, hello, well, I need at least one for each of these. So 2, 4, 18, 20, 46, 48. And that's probably not enough. So cut out. I'm going to do, what did I say, 48? I'm going to do 72 L shapes for strength. Yeah. Okay. That's I think that's where I'm going to leave it today. Decisions are going to have to be made as I go, because I have, sorry, I said we're going to go and I'm still talking. Because I have this section here, this bit across, at some point, that's not a helpful pencil at all. There we go. Because I have really these two circles, I'm going to have to decide what I want to do with this section. Let me draw that in pen. Now I can play with it, but at some point I'm going to have to make a decision how I'm going to join the two discs that I made. Next video we are going to cut all of these out, and then once I've cut them, I feel like doing so, we should do some gluing. Thank you for your company, and I look forward to the next video.